honeys have centers of
All right, everybody, this is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to our presentation of the 1970 Seaver season using app of baseball. And today, what I want to do is 3 innings of a tutorial. I've been requested that I do a tutorial for APA, and you just basically, with APA, you set up the lineups, and then you add up the points for each position. You add it all up, and if it falls within 36 to 40, it's going to be the 2 fielding range. And let me show you what that is. This is the book that you're using to track all the information. Book I picked up in about 2010. I think I picked this up. No, I think the new one is much larger, and as you can see, it's coming apart a little bit. But it's pretty sturdy. It's real thick, durable, and heavy-duty cardstock. Very, very thick. So this is, you have fielding column 3, 2, and 1, and here are your pitcher grades. We have a pitcher C and a pitcher B. Seaver's a B, and Cambria is a C. And the Pirates are missing some players from the lineup, and they're going to be fielding column 3, which is the poorest fielding, and the Mets are in the fielding column 2. They'll be kind of mediocre, and that's how we do it. So let's start off looking at this book and rolling. We're going to start off with Matty Alou. It's going to be Matty Alou in center. Richie Hebner, third base, batting second. Batting third is Al Oliver, the right fielder. Cleanup is Willie Stargell, the left fielder. Manny Sanguine is a catcher. George Kopaz, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, at first base. I should have looked it up, and I'm going to do that right now. I hate going through the whole game mispronouncing the guy's name. So Kopaz, let me see if I can find how to pronounce that name. Pronunciation, a lot of people look for that. Kopacz, that's how you pronounce it. Kopacz. It's a Polish name, so it's going to be it's going to be George Kopacz, and what I'm going to do is, on his card, I'm going to write Kopacz. Let's see. There you go. George Kopacz. That's how you pronounce his name. That's a tough name to pronounce. And then you're going to have Dave Cash, Gene Alley, and finally Fred Cambria. All right, so everything's in view, and we're ready to start. So we're going to use the classic yellow shaker. It's a must. And here we have the Pirates. So let me cut out. I ordered some, just for myself, I ordered some little decals. I have a tiny scoreboard that a couple of guys use. Brian uses, and so does RJL. He uses that as well, and I use it every so often. Let's just do a real simple fix here. Pirates are in New York, and here it is. Put that in place, and then you got the Pirates, Mets, no score. And usually at the end, I'll take a picture of it at the end, and then I'll post it right there. And here goes. Here's Matty Alou. Here's the pitch. He's a left-handed hitter, and that's a 34. So you go over here to the pitcher card, the batter card. You look at 34. It's a 31. We go here, it's the Mets are column 2, and 31 is going to be a fly out to center field. Now 31 is always a fly out to center field, so that's pretty simple. except when there's runners on second and third, you have to look and see if there's could be an advancement. So that's going to be an F8 for the first batter. So next batter is Richie Hebner. He's a left-handed hitter. He eventually becomes a Met. So I rolled a 14. We look at Hebner's card, and a 14 is a 30. So we look at the book. This is another number that you memorize, right? I'm going to write that down for you and say fly out to left. If there's a pitcher that's a K, there is no pitcher that's a K, so it's going to be a fly out to left field. So Seaver gets both batters to fly out. And I'm going to tell you a 30 equals a left field, a 31 equals center field, and a 32 equals right field. That way, and this is Seaver's 36th start, I believe. And that way I don't have to keep on looking. All right, so here goes Al Oliver. And again, that's a 14 becomes a 30. We know a 30 is a fly out to left. 3 up, 3 down, just like that. Tommy Agee leading off for the Mets, followed by Garrett and Jones in the third spot. Cleanup is Shamsky, batting fifth is Clendenin, sixth is Boswell. Grody seventh, Bud Harrelson's eighth, and Tom Seaver's ninth. Here's a pitch. It's going to be 34. That was a 56, and on Agee's a 34. We look at 34, but now the defense is here, and that's going to be a fly out infield to shortstop, one way. All right, Garrett with a 14, and that's a 30. We know from up here that's a fly out to left. 2 out. And Cleon Jones with a 64, a 13. I'll tell you right now, a 13 is always a K. And a 14 is more often than not a base on balls. So that's going to be a strikeout, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. And we're going to double check that 13 because actually, you know what? We have an R pitcher, a CR, and this actually replaces the strikeout. This pitcher doesn't strike out many, and that's going to be a fly out to center field. So we're going to change that to an F8. All right, 3 up, 3 down, and we go to the top of the second. And it's a 24. 24 is always a grounded to short. And so it's chopped to short. Charging is Harrelson. Picks it up, throws the first, one away. Sanguine with a 61, and that is a 24 again, another grounded to short. Remember, we just wrote that up here. We said 24 was a grounded to short. And here is Kopach. 53, that's going to be an error number, and we're going to look at I have one of these. Usually it tells you right there 20 is an E4, but I'm going to use a randomizer just to mix it up a little bit. 24 is going to be a 15. We're going to see what that means. 15 is a left fielder. There's nobody on. First and second on an error. It's a fly ball to Stargell, and it's off his glove. Oh, no, excuse me. It's left field. There's a 2, Cleon Jones, and they're fielding 2, so that's a 15, and that's going to be a single to left. So it becomes a range play. And the ball drops in front of, so George Kopach has a single with 2 outs, and here's Dave Cash. And a 12 is a 25, and a 25 is a ground ball to the second baseman. We can also write that. 25 equals a 4. That's going to be a 4-6, and that is, Where'd you find it?
In the Freya? The other area. Max Jackson.
Is that ours? Did we put that up?
No. Somebody put it in. Just right now.
Oh
because
my
it got alert.
God.
Let me call. What the hell you say the name?
Freya.
Freya? We found it out.
Oh boy. Oh my God. Oh, we just found we picked up a stray Doberman who was lost, and we've had her for about 8 days now. We put up signs everywhere, and we went on all social media to find her. And I think my wife just found the owners, who put up a beautiful picture of her. And this is really, I don't know to be happy or sad, because she's a beautiful, friendly, loving dog. but I hate to see her go. Anyway, all right. So Cash hits into a fielder's choice, and that's an out and a hit in that inning. No runs, one hit. And we go to the bottom of the second. Here's Shamsky, and that is a walk. And because a 13 is a 14, and a 14 we said was a base on balls, so Shamsky walks. That's up here. I wrote that up here so we could remember. Clendenin with a runner on first. Oh, and that's a 25, and a 25 is going to be ground ball to second base, and that's always a double play. 4-6-3, double play with a runner on first, and I'll show you that right here. So the runner on first, the 25 is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. K would be a strikeout if you were a K pitcher, but we don't see many of those. Kenny Boswell with 2 outs. 23, that's a 12. We're going to take a look at what that is. That's a grounded third. No runs, no hits, none left. Top of the third. So I'm going to do one more inning of tutorial, and then I'm just going to play it pretty fast. This game plays very fast. Now it's a snake eyes. That gives you 0. That means you got to roll again in the second column. And a 15 is a drive, a deep drive off the bat of Alley, left fielder Jones back to the track and looks up, and that's out of here. So Gene Alley connects off a Seaver fastball. And the Pirates, the Pittsburgh Pirates, lead at 1-0. Here's Cambria, the pitcher. It's a 64. That's a 29. A 29 is it's a strikeout. 29 would be a comebacker to the pitcher, or if the pitcher's an X, which Seaver is, he's a BXZ. 29s become a strikeout. So that's going to be a strikeout for Seaver. .65, and that's 35. A 35 is going to be a pop-up to the catcher or a walk for a W pitcher. So it's a foul out to the catcher. And then here is Richie Hebner, 13. That's a 14, which you remember what we said, 14. Where did we write that? 14 is right there. That's a base on balls. So I write a walk, 2-out walk. And it's Al Oliver. Oh, snake eyes. That's trouble. We've got to roll again, and this is going to be a double. And Hebner, who is average, but with 2 outs, that's going to score Hebner. He's going to come around to score, throw to second, not in time. So it's an RBI double. And the Pirates lead at 2-0. Here's Willie Stargell. With a runner on second base, and that's a 23, a 12. It's going to be a strikeout. With a runner on second, you can see that here. I have it memorized. The 12 with a runner on second is a strikeout. That retires the side, but Seaver gives up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. The Pirates leave 1. And after 2.5, it's 2-0 Pirates. Here's Jerry Grody leading it off. A 25 is an 8, and an 8 against a C pitcher. You would look right here, and an 8 against a C pitcher is a single to left center. So Grody's on at first. Here's Buddy Housen. And that's a 35. I think that's another foul out to the catcher. 35 is popped up. Foul territory to the catcher. Manny Sanguillen. Excellent hitter, by the way. That's 325 in this season. And here's Tom Terrific with a 27. And the 27 with a runner on first is a ground ball to third, runner to second. And then Tommy Agee with a runner on first. Actually, with a runner on second, he moves to second. It's another 27. And that is going to be with a runner on second. The 27 is a ground out to third again. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. I'm going to take one break. That was the end of our tutorial. Now I'm going to kind of play a little bit faster.
It must be hard, right?
That's why maybe she was crying.
Well,
She was right around.
you don't feel like the same thing.
That's why she's so sad and crying all the time, because she knows this is not home. You know? She's going to be home. She said she'll be home at 8:30.
All right, so it's Manny-Sanguin. It's the top of the fourth inning, and the score is 2-0 Pirates playing Apple baseball. All right, here's a pitch from Seaver, 25, as they fly out to center field. The first 3 innings today, we did a tutorial. I was asked to do a tutorial. This game is based on fundamental math. It's going to be a ball. You memorize all the numbers after a while. I mean, I've been playing this for 40 years. And that's line base hit for Cash, center field, cut off by Agee, big turn by Cash, but he gets back to first. So Cash down at first, and here's Alley with a 44, and that's a comebacker to Seaver, and that's going to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. A little sloppy here. Well, it's going to be Wayne Garrett leading it off in the bottom of the fourth for the Mets. A 42 is ball 4, and he works out a walk. He's on at first. Here's Cleon Jones with a 15. That's line base hit, and that's going to be in left center field. It's going to allow Garrett to go to third base. So Mets got something brewing here, first and third. Jones, there he goes. The throw down from Sanguin, not in time. So Jones with a stolen base. And here's a pitch to Shamsky. He's a left-handed batter with second and third. Some of these I don't have memorized, and I got to look. It's a 26. 26, and with the infield back, it's going to be a 4-3 put out RBI. So run scores. The other run goes to third. So there you go, and it's going to be a 2. I put in the runner who scored, number 2, the second batter. And here with the runner on third base, we're still not going to bring the infield in. I got a house rule that I don't worry about that till the 5th inning in a close game. And it's a 28. There's going to be another run scoring. The game's going to be tied. And it's going to be, you know what? With a runner only on third, I'm gonna play the infield in, see what happens. Play the infield in, see what happens. And 28 is going to be shortstop is an 8, so it's going to be a ground ball single through short. So there you go. I normally don't worry, but when there's a run, I've been thinking lately when there's a runner on third base or second and third, there's no reason to keep the infield back, especially if it's a tying run. Then I would make an automatic rule that any runner on third and no runner on first, where there's no chance for a double play, I would bring the infield in, and I would just run with that rule. And maybe I'll move it down to start it in the 4th inning, or maybe even the 3rd inning. I'm not sure, but obviously I'm rooting for the Mets, and but I already made that decision. So luckily it's gonna work out for the Mets. But I did kind of cheat the Mets out of an easy run. All right, so here's the game is tied. That's a 32. That's lifted to right. That's 2 outs. And here's Grody, 26. And that's a fly ball. 2 fly balls to right field. And in right field today is Al Oliver. Roberto Clemente is sitting. So the game is tied. 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk. They leave 1, and it's going to be Fred Cambria. Here's Tom Terrific with a 16, and that's sharply hit to the shortstop. Harrelson, who scoops it, fires the first in time. These games, you can play these games easily in 20 minutes. And a 43, that's going to be a swing and a miss out of Seaver fastball. So Aldu goes down swinging, and here's Hebner with a fly right. 3 up, 3 down for Tom Terrific. Buddy Harrelson. Oh, Snake Eyes. That's going to be line. Base hit, sharply hit against Cambria, who is a, let's see, Cambria is a righty, so he's batting lefty, hits it to right field. Tommy Seaver is going to bunt. Oh, that's going to be a second column. 25 would have been a home run. Let's see what it is. Which is it. Missed a home run. Missed out on a home run because we decided to bunt. But, you know, you can't know that. That's pretty funny. And it's just a 5-3 put out sacrifice. So we're on a second now. It's Tommy Agee. 61, and that's popped up to shortstop. 2 out. We're on second, bottom of the fifth. 2-2 ball game. And here's Garrett, known as Wayne Garrett, and it's a ground ball to short. That retires the side, no runs, 1 hit. Al Oliver, top of the sixth, against Tom Terrific, and it chops it to second. That is Kenny Boswell. I always get those two mixed up, Garrett and Boswell, because they both are like similar players. They play second and third, and they don't hit very much. Willie Stargell, that's a 40, it's foul back, 31, and that's a base hit. Stargell's on at first. Manny Sanguian, 42, that's a strikeout. And here Kopach, 25, that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Tom Terrific. No runs, 1 hit. 2-2 on the top of the bottom of the sixth now. Cleon Jones leading it off. He's 1 for 2, and that is a ground ball to third. Played by Hebner. 1 down. 63 is a 31. That's a fly ball in the gap. And after it is Alou. Will he catch up to it? Yes, he does. 2 down, and Don Clendenin. And that is driven way back left field. That's off the top of the wall. Clendenin into second base, standing with a 2-out double. Go ahead and run to second base. Here's Kenny Boswell, and that's going to be extra bases for Boswell. Drives one in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders. Around comes Clendenin. The Mets have taken the lead 3-2. 2-out rally for the Mets. Here's Jerry Grody, and that's a drive base hit. That's going to score Boswell, and the Mets are up 4-2 now. Out comes the manager. Don't remember who that was. Was it Chuck Tanner in 1970? Before he went to the A's, wasn't he with the Pirates? I'm not too sure. Mets have taken a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the seventh. Let's play with our little toy. So we're going to put that in the seventh inning, and the home team's got a 4-2. All right, and it's 2 outs and runner on first. Batter is Harrelson. Here's a pitch from Cambria, 51, and that is an out. Kind of an out. Let's take a quick peek. Let's see. The runner on first. The C pitcher is going to be a grounded to third. The grounders to third on those. Sometimes I feel like changing those 2 runs on 3 hits. Mets lead at 4-2. We go to the top of the seventh. Tom Terrific against Cash. Alley, and then a pinch hitter for the pitcher. So 41, that's chopped to short. Waiting back now, charging is Harrelson, and fires to first. And just gets Cash. He doesn't think so. Alley, and that is a fly to left field. 2 out, and here we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Pagan. Pagan's going to put 2 out. Then we're going to get a new pitcher. Here's the pitch to Pagan, and that's a grounder to second. That's Boswell. And he throws out Pagan, and that retires the side. New pitcher is going to be, who's it going to be? 1970. I usually look at the game. I'm not going to do it in this case. I'm going to bring in Gibbon. I got John Lamb. I got, you know what, George Brunette. I got a bunch of guys here. Let me see who pitched in these games. Just to kind of keep it realistic. I like doing that. So really I use Baseball Reference to figure that out. And 1970, we're going to look at the logs. Scroll all the way down, you go to pitching logs. 1970, and this will give you all the games that Seaver pitched. I know that this is start number 36 all the way in September. September 20th, this is a second game of a doubleheader, which the Mets lose against the Pirates. And in this game, you have Lamb, Gibbon, both pitch. All right, so let's see. John Lamb's going to come in. And he's a CX. X is good. That means he strikes out guys. We're going to put him right there. And here goes. He's going to be facing Seaver. Seaver with a 36. Again, that's a ball. 53. That's a potential error. And it's a ground ball to second base, and it's bobbled by the second baseman. Throw to first, not in time. So it's going to be an error on the second baseman, Dave Cash. Let's get this going here. After this, I'm going to play a game of Fall Classic. I'm not ready to do any TV on Fall Classic. Not yet. All right, so Seaver's on at first, and it's Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee has good power, and he's going to line one for a base hit. This is going to send Seaver to third. So it's first and third now, and here's a pitch to Garrett. There goes Agee, throw down from Sanguian, not in time. It's an automatic steal. In APA, you roll an 11 or a 10, and with a runner on base, 11 at any time, and you get a single and a stolen base. It's a simple game. It's based on basic fundamental math. Jerry Ball, how are you, brother? Yes, happy birthday, Tom Seaver. Thank you, my brother. Danny Murtaugh. Yes, Jerry Ball is fascinating person because he is really a plethora of anecdotes and information, valuable information. So I love when he comes on because he always helps me out. Thank you, Danny Murtaugh. Let me write that down somewhere. So, and you spelled it right too, I think. All right, so there's runners on second and third. The infield is going to be in for the Pirates. They're down 4-2, and they don't want to fall behind anymore. And it's going to be Wayne Garrett. Here's a pitch. A 51's a 9, and with a C pitcher, that should be an out. I don't know. Jerry probably he's a veteran player, so a C pitcher is going to be a fly ball. Runners advance one base. A fly ball to right in the corner. After it is Oliver. He gets there. Both runners tag up, so it's going to be a sacrifice fly to 9. He's going to also drive in 9, and both runners move up. Again, the infield is in. Here's Cleon Jones, and that is a 22. That's line base hit. There's no doubt about that. And let's double check that against a C pitcher. A 7 is a single. RBI single, and that drives the number 1. So again, now the Mets are up 6-2. And Shamsky with a 44. That's a line drive base hit, and that's going to send Jones to third, first and third. And I think that's going to be it. Gibbon is going to get the call. And he is a Y. We're going to give him a boost from a D to a C for the first batter. So that's it for Lamb. Lamb went 1/3 of an inning, 0.1. And he gave up 1, 2, 3. And then here comes Don Clendenin. Runners on first and third, and field in again. New pitcher is Joe Gibbon. Here's a pitch, 65. Let's see what that is, a 35. First and third, a 35. But that's going to be a foul ball. And will the second baseman, Cash, get there? And he does. Great play by Dave Cash, running that ball down near the stands. Pop foul 4. And he gets the ball quickly back to the infield. And it's 2 outs. And here's Steve Oswald. Infield's back now. Oh, that's an error number. 12, and I'm going to look at the randomizer, 21. With first and third at 21 against sees a single in front of the plate, runners advance one base. So a little number, and Sanguine pounces on it, but everybody's safe. Infield single, and that's going to drive in another run for the Mets, and they lead it 7-2 now. And here's Jerry Grody. Jerry Grody, he's 2 for 3 today, and a 29 with a runner on first is going to be a strikeout, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mets bring eight players to the plate, and they score 3 runs, and they lead it 7-2. 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. All right, so we have our little scoreboard. Let's get that into the 8th inning. And home team is now up 7. Shea Stadium, beautiful downtown Queens, right across from LaGuardia Airport, about 20 minutes from Manhattan. Philip Reynolds, how are you, brother? Inside Pitch is a great game. I got a replay going, Seaver 76 replay. And we go to the top of the 8th. Let's see if Seaver can give us another complete game here. Alu, and that is ball 4. Uh-oh. There's motion, there's action, movement in the bullpen for the Mets now with that walk. Seaver may be fatiguing. Here is Hebner, 55, and that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman Garrett up with it over to first. There's only one play. The 64, that's a swing and a miss. Al Oliver goes down swinging, chasing a Seaver fastball out of the strike zone. 2 outs. Runner on first. Top of the 8th. 7-2 Mets. Willie Stargell. Stargell's 1 for 3. And that is a strike 3. Big strikeout for Seaver. And no runs, no hits, 1 left on. And Buddy Harrelson. That's a fly ball, lifted to left. Left fielder is Stargell. He used to play left field before he went to first base. Here's Seaver with 36. It's going to be a strikeout. Top of the order, here comes Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee's 1 for 4 with a run scored and a stolen base. Yeah, 64, that's a strikeout. And that's going to retire the side. So Gibbon has a good inning. 1-3 up, 3 down. And we go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Pirates. 7-2 the score. It's going to be Sanguine, Kopach, and Dave Cash. Sanguine, 61. That's ripped to short, backhanded by Harrelson. Throw to first, and high throw, but nice stretch by Clendenin. And it's Kopach. There's a pitch. Oh, that's a 66. That's a line base hit up the middle. Cut off by Tommy Agee. Runner on first, and here's Dave Cash, 23, and it's going to be a double play, I believe. It is. It's going to be a 6-4-3. They turn it, and the ball game's over. Seaver wins it, and we got one more. This is fascinating because we've got one more start for Seaver in the 1970 replay. 9 innings. He gave up. Let's see how many hits he gave up. Then I have coloring fun. I do this. All my hits get colored in. Seaver had that rough 3rd inning. So Seaver got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and walks. He gave up 1, 2 walks, and strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. One thing that has really been lacking in this replay are the strikeouts. He has 2 there. He has 2 here. And I'm thinking he should have been an XY. And I'm going to have to replay this season. I enjoyed it that much. I really love this season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. No hit by pitch. Batters faced. He faced 27 plus 7 is 34. And he wins this game. He improves his record to 17-15. His actual was 18 and 12. On replay, 17 and 15. And we're going to get it in. I'm tracking this by hand. I normally don't do this for anybody that knows me and follows. So 35 is going to be 9. He went 9. He gave up, what did I say, 7 hits? He gave up, no, 6 hits. 6 hits, 2 runs. All right, I'll let you out, bud. I'll let you out. All right, hold on. 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And then we're going to add it all up to 79.2, 191, 104, 95, 78, 213. And then that is, we're going to check out his ERA. He's going to be 17 and 15 for the replay. This is start. Next start will be, that was start 35. I thought that was start 36. Anyway, because he had 36 starts with 37 games because 1 was a relief appearance. So then it'll be his next start will be his 36th start, his last start. He has pitched in 37 games. And that's about it. And now let's check out his ERA. His actual ERA was 2.82. So you can see how a fundamental basic APA, how good it is, and how close it is. And that's going to be, let me get a calculator online, and then I'll show you. So calculator online. All right, so we're going to get the 95 into, oh no, my mistake, 95 times 9 into, oh, again, my mistake, 95 times 9 into 280 equals 305, ERA of 305. His actual ERA, so he's about 20 points from his actual ERA, which is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good for a game that's that simple. This is CP and Dice. Thanks for watching. Let's win it.